Botswana is actually the highest rated credit in sub-Saharan Africa at A-, and it's traditionally a very strong credit. Fundamentally a well-managed economy with, they manage their diamond resources well. They run traditionally have run strong fiscal and current account surpluses. They got hit badly by the recession in 2008, but then in the last few years they've been on a fiscal austerity package, and the situation has improved a lot in the last couple of years, and they prioritize fiscal austerity, so we've kept them unstable.
Yep. And at this point in time, what is your evaluation of the prospects for the diamond industry at this point?
Well, I think we're concerned about the global recession and its impact on diamond prices, especially the U.S. recovery, and also slowing growth in China and India. So that's why at this, that's part of the reason why it's just a simple affirmation, not a movement potentially, in any direction. So we're concerned about the diamond industry. We're watching it, but we're very pleased with the fiscal austerity that the government is implementing.
As you say, it's the highest sovereign rating that we have in sub-Saharan Africa, so that of course is commendable. When you look at the emerging market peers that Botswana has to be evaluated against, what is the criteria that you look at, and how attractive is Botswana right now to the outside world?
Well, it's still a very good rating. I mean, it's above several of the big hitter emerging markets, like South Africa, for instance, and India, and even Brazil. So it's really a strong rating. We consider them to be very creditworthy. Basically, they have big buffers both on the external side and on the fiscal side. So it's essentially a strong credit. I mean, one major concern is the heavy reliance on the diamond industry, and we're constantly watching that. And the government is pushing for a diversification of the economy, but it's not happening fast enough.
Yeah. I mean, where are you seeing glimmers of hope when it comes to that diversification? Because as you say, highlighting the fact that you've still got an economy reliant on a very niche sector in the global economy.
Yeah, well, it's a concern. I mean, I think what is good is that the government managed to negotiate that the site visits are now, and the diamond sorting is increasingly going to be done in Botswana itself, and that should help the downstream diamond industry. But we're also pushing. There's scope for agriculture, for other mining, and for the tourism industry.
But certainly not.
But diversification has not moved as fast as we would have liked to have seen.
You mentioned the fact that they've got strong reserves right now to cushion them in case of an external shock. I mean, can you give us an idea of the extent to which they'd be able to manage perhaps another global recession?
Well, that's part of our concerns on this credit. They do have substantial buffers. They're not as big as they used to be. They used to be quite substantially bigger. Their buffers did come down quite significantly during the 2009 crisis. So they're not quite in as good a shape as they were before the crisis. And exactly, if there's a prolonged recession in the global economy, that'll have an impact on diamond prices and diamond demand, which will affect the Botswanan economy. So that's our concern going ahead.
Of course,
and in fact we've factored in not stellar growth, sort of medium level to weak growth in the Botswanan economy because of the global factors.
Ravi, of course, we've talked about all the constraints, but on the other side of the equation, what would cause you to actually increase their credit rating? Well,
I think it's a very strong rating as it is, a single A-, as I mentioned, stronger than South Africa and India and big emerging markets. So I think it's sitting quite comfortably at this rating, and it's a lot of diversification, a lot of improvement in the balance sheet and buffers, and then we would consider a potential upward move. But as we've just affirmed it, we're basically saying that it's sitting comfortably at single A-.